Guys, it's Valentines, and today I have for you free Valentine project with using my newest baby, my stamps for and create with monsters. And you can stamp this cute guy with a few different facial expressions. I will show you all release really soon. For the now, I wanted to wrap this video for Valentine's, so here we go. All my characters are already colored in. I use alcohol markers, Copics Pro markers, everything I have. I don't care about brand. I buy also really cheap one from the Tiger and stuff like that. It doesn't matter until you have really good paper. You can use any kind of marker you want. I just hand drawn some grass, some ground for my monster to stand on, and my idea for the card was really easy. Actually, it was it. You know, the monster standing on the grass next to the board. So I decided to add a tiny heart on the board and to add a heart as a balloon here. With sentiment, I went with one from previous release, and all the links you will find in the description box. So it said, my kind of monster. And I felt that my sky is empty. I saw people using a really cool stencil. I don't know who have it. It's the cloud stencil. I didn't have it, and I thought it would fit perfectly. So I just cut out some wavy shapes from the acetate, and I went over it with Distress Oxide, and the color is Southern Ocean. It's my newest one, and I'm totally obsessed. I'm obsessed with oxides general, and I'm buying one color each time I'm in my favorite shop. So yeah, Southern Ocean was my newest addition to the collection. I'm sticking together the heart and the balloon image. The balloon was colored in only the tip to add the thread to it. I'm adding my black string, and it's a thread, but it's a little bit more thick thread, so it adds really nice accent to the card. I'm making small incisions around his hand, and with a needle I just thread it up and make a tiny knot, and here we have our little guy is holding a cute fluffy balloon. So to finish off all my projects off screen, I used some Mod Podge resin and Nuvo drops for the balloons and for the eyes. So on the photos they are shiny, and here I just didn't record it, but you can imagine me doing that. Yeah. Okay, so I just put my guy over there with a little bit of Nuvo glue, and I thought that the balloon is not standing out enough, so I added 2 foam squares, and I think I like this look a little bit better. I mean, I don't mind flat projects, not anymore. But for this one, if I would like it flat, I would go for 1 layer card. So here the guy is sticked directly into my panel, and the balloon is popped with 3D square. It's quite a simple card and cartoony looking, but I like it so much that I made 2 more. So hold on for some twist with those ideas, adding this black line around my panel, and then I just place it on the black card base, and here you can see our cute guy with his balloon, and I just love this stamp. It's so cute. For the next one, I will use twice the same image. Actually, for all my cards I made ground and sky in the same way, and here you can see it's the same stamp with different face expression. For the blue guy, it's more grumpy face expression. I love it. So I made my sky and my grass for all of my cards the same. For the first one I went with Copics. Here I will make some watercolors, and I like watercolor look better, so that's why I left coloring for this one in the video. So actually the purple guy and the blue guy, they are the same guy. They just have a different facial expression, and when you colored it in the a little bit more girly shade, they look a little bit more girly, and I will stretch my stamp a little bit to make it more you know, just I didn't want them to look like the same image. Here you can see me making my grass with Revant Inktense pencils, and with water brush I just activate them and drag color a little bit until it will fade into my paper. And I really like how this look turned out for the card. Yeah, so here we will have two guys, and I was smart enough to make my black lines before I put my characters onto my card. It's really hard to do when they are already there. So yeah, blue guy is just mounted directly on the base with a little bit of 3D foam. And for the purple guy, I made small incision again, and I just tucked this tiny shiny red heart under his hand. For the sentiment, I went with something from previous release. It says, "I love you even when you're grumpy." It was with Dragon Sat, and he was also grumpy, so it's something with me and grumpy monsters. I just love them. Anyhow, we are adding the heart. I'm tucking the heart under my little guy hands, and I thought it looked so girly with the purple shade and with rosy cheeks. So I decided to add a bow. I stamped this present image from previous release, and I colored in only the bow to place it on his head. I end up cutting it and just gluing it back on the other side that I tried on. I thought it looked better, and I add tiny freckles and eyelashes to make her look a little bit more girly. And for this one, the idea is really similar. You know, she's just hanging there, tied by her hand to tiny balloon with this cute little Valentine, and she's bothering this guy with her affection. And I thought it's so cute. I add a little bit of wing of Stella on her wings. It's hard to see on the photos, but yes, I did. And I secured the end of my thread with a drop of Nova Glue, and I really like this a little oomph that this thread and a little bit of dimension is adding to those simple cards, and I really adore those characters. So for the last guy, actually we will go back to my original idea with those wooden things. So I will make some creative masking, and here I also could went for one layer cut, and I think I will do it for the next video. I will just arrange the scene. I really want to play like that. I think it's a really cool thing. So anyway, I just stamping repeatedly my wooden board, and I wanted to look like three totally different things. So I just use it with different angles, and you can see that the first image I masked off with a little bit of post-it note to make sure that it looks like it's in front of those two other ones. So this part, this front one, I'm planning to make it dimensional, so I stamped one extra board to cut off and glue back into my project with 3D foam. So I'm adding like grass details and rubbing off all the extra lines I had over there, and just went into coloring. And here I'm making some alcohol marker coloring on the boards. It was really easy. Actually, on the screen, it looks like I'm struggling. I'm struggling with browns because they look the same. So when you try it, you know that it's too dark one. So I went from lightest to darkest, and I add just a little bit of shadows on the edges. And I did it with kissing method. I don't know how to call it, when you apply ink somewhere separately and you pick it up with lighter marker to have all the shades between. And I just add a little bit different hue to all of them. They are all brownish or grayish. So for the grass, I really prefer the watercolor look. So here you can see me adding again my Drabant pencils, and it's really intense, really cartoony, really comic like green. I had a little bubble, so I fixed it with a little bit of water, and I dried out my grass, and then created sky, and again the stencil, and I will leave it in my stash because it's really awesome. And you know, I think I should try to do more like hand masks and stuff like that. It was really fun. Anyway, so I'm popping my creature, my cute fluffy friend, and he also have this grumpy facial expression, and I needed some sentiments. So the idea was really basic, just to make like a lot of signs with different sayings, and when you read it, it reads, "Would you be mine?" So I use different stickers from 30 Knots, and for the word mine, I just cut out the separate letters and assembled the word mine together, and I added small question mark with my pen. So now the trimming of the excess of paper, and it's really easy to do when you don't have dimensional elements on top of your cards. So hey Olga, you should think about it a little bit earlier. So basically just black stroke, adding this little guy over there, and we are good to go. Okay, and it will be all for today. Thank you so much for your attention. If you like this video, leave me thumbs up. It really means a lot to me. If you are not my subscriber, subscribe to my channel to not miss any videos. And I see you really soon with all and Create release. I will leave you the link to my Facebook page in the description box. I often make live streams, and especially with those new babies for All and Create, I will be live a lot on Facebook, on Instagram, so just follow me. And thank you so much for your attention. Have a nice and creative day, and I hope that you will get a ton of Valentines, or at least one, but very special one. Okay, so peace and love everyone. Bye till the next time.